Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot. The book 16 of the Wimpy Kid series by Jeff Kinney is coming out on 26th October, and before the book releases in the next few days, today I will share a sneak peek of the book. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot. In this video, I will share the first 15 pages of the new book, so keep watching. Before I begin, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. So without further delay, let's begin. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot by Jeff Kinney. September, Monday. I've heard that athletes are born with special genes that make them good at sports. Well, whatever those genes are, I guess I was born without them. Mom's always saying that everyone who's part of a team has an important role to play. But when it comes to sports, it seems like my job is to make everybody else look good. Thwack! Ugh! At this point in my life, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna grow up to become a professional athlete, so I'm officially announcing my retirement. The crazy thing is, I used to actually like sports, but that was back in preschool when sports was still fun. The first sport I ever played was soccer. I didn't know the rules, but neither did any of the other kids. So most of the time it was just pure chaos on the field. Wherever the ball went, we all chased after it. Every once in a while the ball would pop out of the pack and go in someone's goal, then everyone would celebrate. Nobody kept score, so you never knew who was winning or losing. And the parents didn't care because they were too busy doing their own thing. The referees were middle school kids, and they didn't really pay attention to the game either. In fact, the refs didn't even blow their whistles when the ball went out of bounds, so half the time we'd be playing on the wrong field and didn't know it. After the game, we'd always get slushies and junk food at the snack shack, and sometimes we wouldn't even wait for the game to be over to treat ourselves. The coaches were really nice and made sure everyone got a chance to score, and that made everyone feel good about themselves. Doink! Yay! Back then, I was sure I was gonna grow up to be a professional soccer player. I even kept my rookie card in mint condition in case it turned out to be worth something one day. But when we got to kindergarten, everything changed. The refs started using their whistles, and they didn't let us do the kinds of things we got away with the year before. Tweet! That season, the refs blew their whistles almost every time I touched the ball. So when I was in the game, I'd stand in the corner of the field and pray the ball didn't roll to me. It's not like I was getting a lot of playing time in kindergarten anyway. The coach only put in the kids who are good, and the rest of us sat on the bench. Mom told me the reason the coach wasn't playing me was because I was his secret weapon, and he was saving me for a big moment. But I didn't understand that Mom was just trying to make me feel better about myself. So whenever the coach did put me in the game, I'd go there thinking I was hot stuff. Even the snack shack wasn't fun that year. Some parents complained that they're selling too much junk food, so they replaced the slushies and other sugary treats with healthy options. The slushy sales from the snack shack paid for the field upkeep, so that year the parks department could only afford to mow the grass once every 3 weeks, which really slowed the games down. After a bunch of kids got ticks from playing soccer in the long grass, they decided to end the season early, which was totally fine with me. Youch! I feel bad that I've never been good at sports because I think Dad was hoping I'd be a star athlete. Whenever he'd go to the library, he'd always come home with a stack of sports books. I'm sure there are kids who are into those types of stories, but that was never me. If you go to the library, you will find all sorts of books about kids who do amazing things and lead their teams to victory. But I never had any experiences like that, and I'll bet there are lots of kids out there just like me. So one of these days somebody should write a book for the rest of us. It's not like I've got anything against sports. I like them just fine, as long as I'm not the one playing. In fact, this summer I watched the Olympics on TV pretty much non-stop. It was Mom's idea for us to watch the games as a family. She says that these days everyone's in their own little bubbles, and sports is one of the only things that can still bring people together. But I think a little togetherness goes a long way. Mom says she loves the Olympics because they show what human beings are capable of at their best. But I like watching for the bloopers. Wow! Snap! I'm just glad it's somebody else out there and not me, because I'm sure I'd be nervous if I knew there were millions of people watching from home. And when you mess up in the Olympics, you're supposed to act graceful about it. But if I just spent 4 years of my life training and then made some dumb mistake, I'm pretty sure I'd have trouble smiling for the cameras. That's why I do one of the sports where you're part of a team, because then, when you screw up, it's harder for people to tell. Mind if I squeeze in with you fellas? In fact, if I was in the Olympics, I'd be in one of those events where a horse is involved, because then if something goes wrong, at least you'd have someone to blame. Things are going great until Thunderbolt here screwed up. But now that I think about it, that's probably the reason why horses sometimes act out. Kapow! Even though we watched a lot of Olympics coverage, I still don't understand the way everything works. For one thing, I don't see why they only hand out medals to the athletes who take the top 3 spots in a competition. It seems to me like they could keep going with the medals so everyone goes home with a prize. 15th place, aluminium medal, Greg Heffley. The way it is right now, they give you a gold medal if you take first place, silver if you take second, and bronze if you take third. But I feel like there's a pretty big step down between silver and bronze. That's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. Let's wait for the book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot, to be released next week, and stay tuned to my channel. I will be back with another video once the book releases. Bye for now.